Good evening. Last night I did a video based on sugar detox. I was laying in the bed and I wanted to get it out there because I got a couple clients that are really struggling right now with some stomach issues and other issues. Some of them are struggling to get going and stay going every day. They're having a little slip up. And what I want to do is I want to do a video explaining exactly what's going on inside of your body. Sugar, if you do a CAT scan of the brain, it hits the same part of the brain as opium and cocaine does. Matter of fact, they've done a rat study and concluded that sugar is 8 times more addictive than cocaine. Now, being in the addiction ministry, cocaine is probably the easiest to detox somebody from. Sugar is actually harder to detox somebody from. So I want you to understand. And how they did that, they took 43 rats and they got them addicted to cocaine. Then they give them a choice of cocaine or sugar water. Overwhelmingly, they chose the sugar water. All of them chose the sugar water. Then they stepped it up a little bit. They put an electric plate, and the rats would have to go over an electric plate to get to the sugar water versus the cocaine water, and 40 out of 43 of them chose the sugar water over the cocaine water. Like I said, when you do that CAT scan of your brain, you'll see that those same areas that light up, those same receptors that light up from opium and also cocaine or any other kind of methamphetamine, the sugar lights it up. Sugar is a drug, and what you're going through is you're going through a detox from the drug. Now, what makes by design fitness and nutrition so much different is we address that up front. There's things that you're allowed to have in that first week because we don't want to shock you. The reason most people quit diets is because too hard, too quick, too hard, too quick, too hard, too quick. So we want to ease you into it, slowly back away from some of the sugar and replace it the first couple of weeks with some natural sugars or some sugar substitutes that eventually we want to get rid of altogether. So let's just talk about some of the things that you have on week one, that you're not typically going to have. You're going to have sweet potatoes, brown rice, diet sodas. These are important. Strawberries, blackberries, blueberries, peanuts, low-carb wraps. I tell you what, if you're on week one and you're struggling, go ahead and add some cashews to this. You still want to stay away from the apples and the oranges, the real high fructose things, because we want to back you off of it. And that's the reason I also told you it's okay to have a Peter Pan kind of peanut butter that does have a little bit of sugar in it. Now, what a lot of people do is they will try to modify this diet. You don't modify this diet. There's a lot of science behind these first 4 weeks. And if you'll follow these first 4 weeks, I promise you, if you got 20% body fat or more, you will lose between 15 and 30 pounds the first 4 weeks. But if you start coming up with these keto desserts with the Atkins bars with the sugar alcohols, or you come up with some keto desserts like mug cakes and stuff where you're using a lot of almond flour, coconut flour, you're not going to have any success. Now, it's been proven. Some people will tell you it's fine, but let me tell you, I know it's not okay from personal experience and other research that I've done. Pulverized is pulverized. Now, what do I mean when I say that? The problem with wheat is not the problem with wheat today is twofold. First off, we only have genetically modified wheat. We don't have Jesus wheat. You can't find Jesus wheat anymore unless you find it growing wild somewhere over in the Middle East. What we have is we have wheat that has been gene spliced and stuff added to, so on and so forth, and that causes a lot of issues with your body. So you just have to cut the flour out altogether. The 5 things that you cut out: sugar, corn syrup, anything like that, flour of any kind, corn, white potatoes, rice. And you only want to use olive oil, avocado oil, macadamia nut oil, or real butter. And the dairy products, all yogurts, all that stuff's cut out. You can have sharp cheddar, blue cheese, Parmesan cheese, no Velveeta, no American. It is not cheese. So what are you going through? What's going on? What is this sugar addiction? Let me tell you what's going on. The first thing it's going to cause is a headache. Now, I've detoxed a lot of people off of opiates and off of drugs in my last 10 years of ministry. And I'm telling you, getting them off sugar is not quite as bad, but it is an issue. You're struggling. And if you're drinking 4 or 5 Mountain Dews or 4 or 5 any kind of sodas or just 2 sodas a day, then having some chips and having a sandwich, having some potatoes, having some bread at dinner, having some biscuits for in the morning, your brain is addicted to sugar just like a person would be addicted to drugs. So as you begin to, if you try to stop this immediately, bam, I got enough willpower. You do not have enough willpower. Very few people have the willpower it takes to cut it out completely. That's the reason that, and let me go back over the list. That's the reason I let you have these things the first couple of weeks. Sweet potatoes, brown rice, diet soda, strawberries, blackberries, blueberries, peanuts, low-carb wraps, and now cashews. And then peanut butter. All natural peanut butter is better, but go ahead and pick you up some Peter Pan. Peter Pan has real sugar in it, not high fructose corn syrup. Eventually we want rid of that, but we want to eat that. You want to eat those meals every 2 hours, whether you're hungry or not. You say, well, I'm not hungry, I shouldn't eat. Well, you should eat a little bit. Let's say you wake up in the morning and you're not ready for breakfast, and you decide you're not going to eat. And all of a sudden, 10:30 goes on, and those hormones start to go crazy. You grab something fast out of a convenience store that throws the diet completely off. You go and grab a sandwich. You grab what you think is a low-carb protein bar or something like that. Stick to the diet. Eat when I tell you to eat if you want to be successful. Now, so what are the symptoms of sugar addiction? Headaches, nausea, cravings, and hunger. I'm talking about you've ate. You ever go eat Chinese food? You eat the Chinese food, an hour later, 45 minutes later, you're starving. It's because of the simple carbohydrates, what it's doing to your hormones, and the hormones is what controls this entire thing. Being irritable, tiredness, depression, anxiety are all part of getting that sugar out of your diet, trying to stop immediately. That's the reason I let you have the blackberries, the strawberries, the blueberries, the cashews. You can have all that stuff the first couple of weeks. What I've always found successful is weaning someone off something in a controlled environment. Now, I can't move you into my house. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to give you a controlled environment where you cut this stuff back slowly so that when you, in a 4-week time period, you're able to take your supplements, get either on a low-carb diet or a keto diet, and move on and become the healthiest you ever. Now, let's say you got 120, 150 pounds like some people got to lose. Let's say your blood sugar's running 400 or 500. You're going to have to stay on a stricter diet for a longer period of time. But if you got 20 or 30 pounds to lose, 1 to 2 months, I can have you to the point and have you a diet, a specific diet, showing you how to live the rest of your life without having these problems. Headaches, sugar withdrawal is part of headaches is part of sugar withdrawal. Nausea, cravings, hunger. We talked about that. Irritation, tiredness, depression, anxiety, bloating. I know what bloating feels like because of this, what they think is Crohn's disease. Diarrhea, chills, and muscle pains. Now, all of these have been studied over and over and over again and are part of the sugar detoxification. So eat the 6 meals a day. Now, if you don't want 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, eat 1. If you don't want 5 eggs, eat 2. You can make the meals smaller, but the science is to eat in this initial period every 2 hours. You know, if you're eating 6 times a day, every 2 hours, that's 12 hours. And then, you know, if you need to eat an additional stack, an additional tablespoon of peanut butter, additional half a cup of almonds or something like that, if you need to take your almond milk and then you take your almond milk and you mix in some strawberries and blueberries, a little real stevia in there, a little bit of ice, and make you a smoothie to get that sweet taste, that's fine. Do that. Don't grab an Oreo. But, you know, and that's the other thing I want to talk about. As you're watching these, I want you to do your research, but you got to be careful to think that this fiber rule actually is 100% accurate. It's not. If I got 20 grams of fiber, if I got 20 carbohydrates and 15 grams of fiber, that's supposed to be 5 net carbs. Well, it doesn't work that way, I promise. If that was the truth, I could take Metamucil, throw it in some vanilla ice cream, and have all the ice cream I want. It's not going to happen. What's going to happen is it's going to spike my insulin levels. My insulin is going to tell my body to store fat because that's what insulin does. That's how God created us. We are created to burn fat as fuel. Over the last 100 years, we have converted to using carbohydrates as fuel, and we do need some glucose. We need an entire teaspoon a day. That teaspoon actually comes out of our liver by something called gluconeogenesis, where it takes the protein or whatever else it has to take, and it turns it into all the sugar you need. There is no such thing as an essential carbohydrate. Are carbohydrates good? Yes. Spinach is awesome. Cucumbers, Brussels sprouts, asparagus. But it's real important that if you want that 15 to 30 pounds inside of 30 days, it's important that you stick to the plan. Don't modify it. Don't make it harder. Don't try to come up with recipes. Stick to the plan right now, and I promise you, in 28 days, you're going to be between 15 and 30 pounds lighter. Some of you will hit 40 pounds in 30 days, I promise you. But you've got to follow the plan. Follow the plan. So if you're having headaches, nausea, cravings or hunger, irritation, tiredness, depression, anxiety, bloating, diarrhea, chills, or muscle pains, let me tell you, what you're having is you're having sugar withdrawals. So go ahead, make that blueberry strawberry shake. Go ahead, you can buy them frozen at Walmart, blueberries and frozen strawberries. And then maybe you cut up half a banana, will be okay. Add some almond milk in there. Put a little bit of sweeteners, some all-natural stevia that I told you to buy off Amazon. Do that right there, and I promise it will control that enough to we will wean you off of it, so when it comes time to cut the sugar completely out, your body's not going into total and complete shock. So I just want to talk about sugar addiction, sugar detoxification, sugar withdrawals, and then also the other thing is the sugar alcohols. They do count. They will spike your insulin level. Stay away from the sugar alcohols. Now, this is by design. This isn't keto. By design, fitness, and nutrition. Do we follow keto principles? Yeah, we follow some keto principles. We also follow some paleo principles. And we also follow some sugar buster principles. And vaguely, sometimes we follow an Atkins principle. It is a higher fat, moderate protein, low carb diet. So just follow up with me. Stick with me. Do the plan. Do the plan. Do the plan. I said that 3 times. Why? Because if you'll do the plan, you'll have success. But if you try to modify it, if you try to adjust it, if you try to come up with recipes because you're getting bored during this first 4 to 8 weeks, however long I need to get you to the point that I can turn you loose, it's not going to work. And you do another yo-yo diet. And what does we say about yo-yo dieting? When you get on a yo-yo diet, get on, get off, you've lost you gain an average of 11 pounds getting off the diet. If you mess up one day, don't take it too seriously. Just get up the next morning and start over. If you've been going for 2 weeks and struggling, start week 1 over. Start it over. Just start it over and plan those meals out. Get that peanut butter, get those nuts, get those strawberries, get that stuff, and sweet potatoes. And can you adjust it? Cut back on a little bit of meat, add a little. Yes, but stick to what's on the page, and I promise you'll have results. Listen, man, we are rocking. It is awesome. Right now, on the customers that I'm helping, the clients that I'm helping, they're tracking to lose anywhere from 15 to 30 pounds their first 30 days, and that's the people that are sticking to the diet. Now, these aren't the people that, are messing up every few days and starting over again, because that doesn't work that way. I need customers. I need clients. You want to change somebody's life? Send them to me. Somebody struggling with diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, fatty liver, send them to me. I can do more for them than their doctor ever thought about doing, because food is always medicine. And if the food is right, the medicine is not required. So I hope this video made a little more sense than last night. I don't take medicine, and they say, well, Bental shouldn't make you feel that way. Well, it does. It makes me loopy. Anyway, y'all continue to pray for me. Sometimes the stomach pains are so bad, I literally cry. I don't know how to say. I'm a tough guy. I mean, I consider myself a pretty tough guy. The pain can be so severe, it brings me to tears. I'm fired up. I'm excited. We're holding a seminar this Thursday night, Short Creek Church of God of Prophecy, 7 o'clock. Free seminar. We're going to go over the plan. If you want to sign up and get going, We'll be there at 7 o'clock. Get to meet my awesome sister, 60 pounds, 120 days. Doctors scratching their head over their blood work. Tell you, this right here is God's way of eating. By design is God's way of eating. And if you're looking for our website, we do have a website now. Very, 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 very cool. You go to bydesignnutrition.weebly.com. I will include a copy of the link in the website or in this post. So any questions? I'm not hearing from some of you guys. I don't mind hearing from you. You're paying me to coach you. I hear from some of you quite a bit, especially first on. Don't worry about bothering me. It's okay. If I'm busy, I'll get back to you when I can. I do go to bed 8:30, 9 o'clock because I like to get up early and go to the gym. And I've been 3 days in a row. 3 days in a row. Last night I was in so much pain I was in tears, and I finally broke down and took the Benel, but I felt good today. I don't know what else to say, man. Y'all are a blessing to me. When I see this, see people's lives getting changed, it fires me up. Just like it just fires me up. My sister fires me up. I love my sister so much, it's family. And there's a lot of other ones, sending me messages, people that I've started having back in September, 75, 80 pounds, 100 pounds, 150 pounds, 150. 150. I promise you, if you work the plan, it works. Anyway, there is some package changes. You can go to bydesignnutrition.weebly.com and click on the services, and it tells you about the packages. The intro package for the seminar, the people of the seminar, they'll get the $149 price, but we got a package 1 for $49, package 2 $99, package 3 $199. We got package 4, which is just a supplement, it's $139, which is below wholesale. And package 5, month-to-month coaching, just $49. Go check it out. Check out and share our Facebook page. Check out and share Ronald Green YouTube page. The YouTube pages are linked to the website. Anyway, God bless y'all. Man, I am super, super fired up to see lives being changed like this. The body of Christ has suffered too long with unnecessary sickness and illness because there's nobody out there that's been able to tell them how God should teach them to eat. Anyway, y'all have a good day. God bless you.